Good morning. What shall we talk about today? Or good evening from wherever you are. Or good night, if you're going to sleep. Today I'm working on Vinny's character sheet. I finished Kano, so Vinny's going to be a piece of cake. Maybe. What happened yesterday was a mistake. Oops. I forgot to render the real edited video and commentary, so I just ended up uploading 2 videos in one day. I hope you don't mind. This is completely unrelated, but I had a nightmare last night. It was about me working at a restaurant, and it was my first day working. And then suddenly I ended up messing up everything. They already expected so much of me, and although I was trying my best, I had no idea what I was doing, and nobody would tell me what to do. So I ended up doing whatever for everybody. I messed up because I couldn't seat a few people, and the manager called me an idiot. To be honest, actually, surprisingly, the manager that was in my dream was the manager that I was working for in real life. So it was kind of crazy to see her calling me an idiot. She took out a piece of paper on a napkin and she started to draw a cat. I don't know why, but while she was drawing that cat, she started lecturing me on how I was so stupid and how I was an idiot, and it felt so bad. Why am I telling you this? Yeah, so that happened last night. I guess it's something that I could transition to into what I want to talk about today, and that's something about mistakes. I knew that I'd eventually make them, and yesterday had taught me that. I ended up uploading the original recording of my speed paint, and it was pretty awkward because it was an hour long and there was no volume or no music and no recording in the background. So sorry about that. It just goes to show that I still have a lot to learn and I need to continue to listen to tips. Sorry I didn't look over the uploading yesterday. I was pretty tired though. Anyways, maybe I'll just share with you some tips that helped me through the project and some things that I've learned. Although I haven't completed the comic, these are just a few things that really helped me get through the uploading, the recording, and everything else. So let me just read some of these to you. There's just 3, so it won't take that long. Okay. Number 1 is to persevere. That's something that I have trouble in due to my perfectionistic tendencies. It's especially hard when you're working at a project and you're not seeing any of the results that you want to. Yesterday, even for just a moment, repeat to yourself why you're doing this. Every day. Even for just a moment, repeat to yourself why you're doing this. Remind yourself why you're doing this, and any reason is valid if it helps you push forward in order to do the things that you need to do. Work isn't always about the grand, meaningful tasks. Sometimes it gets very tedious. And that's where you really need to tell yourself that you need to push forward and continue working. Number 2 is to pace yourself. Pace yourself within your workload. Work can sometimes be measured by the amount of pictures or panels that you've created, but what I find best when it comes to this is to measure the amount of time that you spend on anything actually. Your art, the pictures, basically anything that you want to do, studying too. Sometimes panels require a lot of work and it may take a lot of effort to complete. It really may take 3 hours to do a panel, so time yourself. You can tell your brain that it's done the required amount of work needed for today. Building up the workload a little bit every day can help adjust your mind to working at a consistent, small pace. And it'll help reach your expectations too. Number 3. It's motivation. It's inspiration, so be inspired and creative. Find things that inspire you. Television shows, anime, cartoons, pictures, and stories that help you produce your comic and create it into things that you want it to be. You can also, envision what the comic would look like in the future, like hope for the future in a comic. How would this look like in a year from now, 2 years from now? Are there certain relationships that inspire you to create this comic? Are there certain scenes within movies that inspire you? How about real life? The events that happen throughout your own life. Are there people in your life that you want to base characters off of? Is there a message that you want to convey to people when they're reading your story? It's really helpful when you keep motivation close. When you're feeling unmotivated that day, rest assured that it's better to let yourself feel that way instead of forcing yourself to find motivation. From experience, if you force yourself to find motivation, I'm not sure if it helps. But don't get into that slump for too long, because if you feel unmotivated every day, I think it's best if you do search for it, but try not to force yourself to, especially when you know that you're working really hard towards your goal. So yeah, those are just a few tips that might help you on your next project. I hope that this helps. I'm losing my voice too, I don't know why. I might have said those though in previous videos, but here's your little reminder from me. Before I go, let me just say that in my dream I remember feeling so sad. In that dream I was crying a lot. It felt so real though, and I'm so glad I don't work in a harsh environment like that anymore. Well, at least I don't until I end up going back to work. Probably won't be like that for a while, but that dream also reminded me of how much I hate work. I want to be free from working at horrible jobs like that. Anyways, thank you for listening today. Not got much to say about Vinny without revealing too much about his character or the story, so I'll just leave it at that for today. I want to take notes on what I should write down for the next few days, and sometimes when I'm doing speed paints, like, thoughts and ideas just come to my mind and I really should take them down, but I'm just so concentrated on doing the speed paint. Maybe I'll just end up recording random commentary without any script one day. I keep telling myself that, but really, I don't think I will. I'm maybe a bit more comfortable, but I do need some guidelines in order to talk. Editing the audio for these videos is just way too much for me today. I'll take it a bit easy so I don't burn out. So, okay, I'm gonna leave you at that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.